Diablo 4 is set to get annual expansions, Stray is being turned into a movie, and Starfield gets praise for its potato physics? I'm Ash Dixon, and this is GINX News. It's Starfield Release Day! We'll edit it in. And as you can imagine, it's all anyone is talking about. We've had nearly a week of people playing early access, so we already know a lot about what people are loving and what they're hating. And one particularly praised aspect of the game is its physics engine, which is perfectly displayed by a Reddit post by a user called Musipan. That's because they decided to spend their time hoarding potatoes, and the internet is going wild for how good they look when you bundle them all into a room. I mean, just look at those spill physics.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
And as silly as this video is, it's unironically impressive. It honestly looks like a pre-rendered animation. But no, apparently Starfield can seamlessly handle the physics of thousands of objects all interacting with one another all at the same time. Also, can someone tell me where Musipan found that monster potato? I mean, look at that bad boy. Imagine baking that. Please tell me there is a planet in Starfield full of potatoes. Of course, not everyone is happy with Starfield. We've already had one snowflake get triggered over pronouns being in the game.
Gender ambiguity!
I mean, really triggered.
Pronouns!
Now, another user over on X called the Gaming Christian, of course, has gotten rather upset that his male character can flirt with NPC Sam Coe. He said, "Gross! This also goes against the story, as Sam is a straight guy, just like yours truly. So why is the option there for males?" Well, maybe because non-straight characters exist, the Gaming Christian. Also, bro, flirting is completely optional. Just don't pick to do it unless, you know, deep down, you kind of want to. Better still, the voice actor of Sam Coe, Elias Tefexis, chipped in to say, "Actually, I played Sam as bisexual," which is a little embarrassing for the Gaming Christian. And I'd get over your prejudice pretty fast, my friend, because it turns out that flirting could lead to faster leveling. That's right, sleeping with your romance partner every day grants you the emotional security buff, increasing XP gains by 15%, 5% more than the well-rested bonus from sleeping alone. You can of course get that buff no matter your companion's gender, but I'm just saying, maybe don't be so quick to turn down that Sam Coe XPP. Diablo 4 will be getting expansions every single year. That's according to General Manager Rod Ferguson. He said the development team is building a foundation for the game's future, and the plan looks to be quarterly seasons and annual expansions. And while that sounds like a whole bunch of content for gamers, there's some serious questions here. First of all, if you look at different Blizzard games, like World of Warcraft, that gets expanded. There's a hair in my mouth. Was it a pube? It was. A really long one. It belongs to Sam Coe. And while that sounds like a whole bunch of content for gamers, there's some serious questions here. First of all, if you look at a different Blizzard game like World of Warcraft, that gets expansions every 2 years. So does that mean with half the development time comes half the content? And that leads nicely into the second question, how much are these going to cost? Are they full price? Because if so, man, that is going to add up quickly. $70 for the box, annual expansions to pay for, 4 battle passes between each of those, oh, and don't forget the in-game store as well. And look, I know some of those are purely cosmetic and optional, but still, it starts looking exceptionally greedy. I'm curious what you think though. Are annual expansions a good idea? Perhaps you prefer more frequent content updates. Let us know. Peter Molyneux says he regrets how he used to hype up games. The famed game designer is known for his work on much-loved titles like Black and White and the Fable series. However, he became quite the meme just over a decade ago for how much he used to big up his games. That includes his infamous claim that you could plant an acorn in Fable 1 and watch it grow into a marvelous tree as the game progressed. That was just a straight up lie. And in a new interview, he says he has enormous regrets for his actions. He said, "What I should have said in every interview was, look, everything I say, take it with a pinch of salt. It was atrocious and I have an enormous amount of regret for it." And his antics sound like they were a massive headache for his developers. There were times where they would hear about game features through the press before Molyneux had even officially mentioned them in the studio. And in some cases, he would literally get inspiration from the journalist's questions. If he liked the idea, he would just run with it and be like, yeah, that's in the game, which is insane, and Molyneux now agrees. He's now retreated from the media spotlight, unsurprisingly, and that gives him time to focus on a new game that he has in the works over at 22 Cans. Seems he's learned his lesson here and is keeping things under wraps this time. The hit game Stray is getting its own movie. Yes, the project is in the works over at Annapurna Animation and looks to be a fun adaptation of last year's stealth adventure title. The co-head of the studio, Robert Baird, has said it's a buddy comedy about a cat and a robot with not a human in sight, just like the original. He's also coined the genre of the film as hope punk, meaning there's themes of fighting for positive change, radical kindness, and communal responses to challenges. And you know what? I think that's rather fitting for Stray. Plus, I feel like cats and movies are a recipe for success. Some of the best films of all time are about cats. The Lion King, The Aristocats, Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, masterpiece. I know cats kind of ruined the trend, but that's where Stray comes in for that sweet redemption arc. No release date yet, but obviously it can't come soon enough. But meow, it's time to end the show. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and maybe comment down below with some more clawful cat puns. I'm sorry.